getting ready to go to moving on, continue to get into our reading of the Bible and Old Testament. And I think it's worth doing.
So rejoice and be glad. Hallelujah.
Amen. All right, let's go ahead and begin to go into Genesis chapter 23. This, like I said, one of the things I like about it is that what we're doing is when you read in chapter to chapter, you develop the bigger picture of the Old Testament, as well as when you do the New Testament. And you want to do that, because what I recommend, this is what I led to say, read the Bible so that, and as you read it, look at all the different types of religious garbage that you may have received, right? And try to find those justifications that have contributed to people's way of thinking and acting, behavior, especially justification of doing things opposite what God tells you to do. And as you call yourself a Christian, where you're finding that rationale to do anything other than what the Bible tells you to do. That's really what I want to talk about. So look at the Old Testament with Genesis chapter 23. And this one is dealing with, as one of the bigger pictures, if you notice, is this one is going to talk about the death of Sarah. She played a major role in the beginning of Abraham's ministry. Isaac, she the one that brought the promised child, Isaac, into the mix. And I think that's significant. But now we're seeing as the characters come in and as the characters leave, right? In this case, Sarah, which is originally called Sarai. Okay, let's see here. All right, let's read it. Okay? All right. Sarah lived, look at this, to be 127 years old. She died in Kiriath Arba, that is Hebron, in the land of Canaan. And Abraham went to mourn for Sarah and to weep over her. Then Abraham rose from beside his dead wife and spoke to the Hittites. He said, I'm a foreigner and a stranger among you. Sell me some property for a burial site here, so I can bury my dead. The Hittite replied to Abraham, Sir, listen to us. You are a mighty prince among us. Bury your dead in the choicest of our tombs. None of us will refuse you his tomb for burying your dead. Then Abraham rose and bowed down before the people in the land of the Hittites. He said to them, if you're willing to let me bury my dead, then listen to me and intercede with Ephron, son of Zohar, on my behalf. So he will sell me the cave of Mesplah, which belongs to him and is at the end of his field. Ask him to sell it to me for the full price as a burial site among you. Ephron, the Hittite, was sitting among his people. And he replied to Abraham, in the hearing of all the Hittites who come to the gates of his city. No, my Lord. He said, listen to me. I give you the field. I give you the cave that is in it. I give it to you in the presence of my people. Bury your dead. Again, Abraham bowed down before the people of the land. And he said to Ephron in their hearing, listen to me. If you will, I will pay the price of the field. Accept it from me so I can bury my dead there. Ephron answered Abraham, listen to me, my Lord. The land is worth 400 shekels of silver. But what is that between you and me? Bury your dead. Abraham agreed to Ephron's terms and weighed out for him the price he had named in the hearing of the Hittites. 400 shekels of silver, according to the weight current among the merchants. So Ephron's field in Methlah near Amari, both the field and the cave in it, and all the trees within the borders of the field were deeded to Abraham as his property in the presence of the Hittites, who had come to the gate of the city. Afterward, Abraham buried his wife Sarah in the cave in the field of Machpelah near Mari, which is a Hebron, in the land of Canaan. So the field and the cave and it were deeded to Abraham by the Hittites as a burial site. Amen. That was what we're seeing here was the lineage in which Christ came from. Sarah, his great-great-grandmother, was buried with honors in Canaan, the land of Canaan, by the Hittites. I mean, the land was sold, the Hittites sold the land or the cave or the field to Abraham, and he buried his wife there. And just remember Sarah. And one of the things I guess we're going to give her a contribution is the fact is that she obviously was a beautiful woman because she was already said she was old, and God said she was going to have a child. But when Abraham went to Abimelech took her to be one of his wives. And you got to say, okay, you old, but you still, I'm just trying to figure that out. But the bottom line is, obviously, she was a very beautiful woman, and she has her place in the biblical history. She also will be recognized and mentioned in the New Testament. Amen. All right, God bless you. Thank you for listening. And we're tracking, man. We're tracking. Let's get through Genesis, and then we can see about all the rest of the chapters. But as we read them, just those things that you've heard, now you get to read if you haven't read it, and you can retain it because you build in memory is what matters, and you can retain it, especially if you just allow that to get into your spirit. Man. All right, God bless you. I'll see you in Genesis chapter 24. All right, stay blessed.